Hey, how you doing? I'm Chef Chris. I'm from Qualcomm Santa Clara, and today I'm going to show you a triple chocolate cake. I'm making it for my son's birthday. It's his golden birthday. He turns 24. So we're making it with rum. Once upon a time, I worked in Hollywood as a pastry chef, and I did craft services for Sony Pictures and other studios. Notably, we did Grey's Anatomy, craft services on Grey's Anatomy, craft services on the TV show Weeds, and we also did Iron Man 2, the movie. We did craft services for the movie. In large-scale bakeries, you generally do not make it 100% from scratch. You'll do like a wedding cake from scratch, but your everyday cakes, your sheet cakes, your ding dongs, your like ho-hos, all the stuff that you're trying to mimic, Twinkies, they're trying to mimic big brand and do it as a pastry sale. We use a bulk mix. Generally, Gold Medal is the brand that we use, and it's basically an industrial size version of what you can buy in your baking aisle at the grocery store. Biggest difference is the recipes after you starting with the mix. After the mix, it changes. Like everybody has their own style, own way of doing the cakes. The one cake that was always made from scratch is red velvet, because it's a unique concept how red velvet is made. But any white cake, yellow cake, chocolate cake, they're always a big bin of flour that's designed just for that, and then you add your eggs, your lard, or your butter, or your oil. It all depends on the recipe. The bakery I was at, to give you an idea how big our recipe was, we crack 80 eggs, 80 eggs per batch of cakes. So we'd make a lot of cake. But again, it's the base of the cake comes from a box. Plain and simple. Wedding cakes, different story. Specialty cakes. Like I was pastry chef for Mr. Hefner in Hollywood as well. And it came out of a box as far as the cakes that we do for events. But Mr. Hefner himself loved stuff made out of a box. He ate a lot of name brand products that you and I grew up on, because he grew up on them and he ate them as well. That deviates from the story. Let's make our cake. Today we're using Berry Crocker Super Moist Cake Mix. It calls for 3 eggs and a third a cup of butter. We are gonna go 3 eggs and a quarter. Basically, one little stick of butter right there. We got our 3 eggs. Now it calls for 1 1/4 cup of water, but it's for my son. It's his birthday. It's his golden birthday. He's 24 on the 24th. So we're gonna kick it up a notch with rum. It calls for 1 1/4 of water, so we will go about 1 1/4 of rum. So in essence, it's gonna taste like a rum ball. It's more like a rum ball cake. Go on slow. If you start it too fast, blah, all over the place. So look at it. You see the butter still a chunk. We'll kick it up a little bit. Alright, it's only been about a minute, but we want to scrape it down. So I used the paddle to scrape it for multiple reasons. Mainly not to make more dishes. Okay, it's been about 2 minutes. Slow it down, pop it down. Okay, nice smooth batter, nice and fluffy. So we'll put this here for now. Slide that off to the side. This is the pan we're using. Somehow it got, not sure exactly how it got crushed off to the side. So exactly round anymore, so I guess we're making a bigger cake now than we had originally planned. Ooh, just make it. Okay, so this, we're gonna line the bottom of the pan with parchment paper. Alright, just fold it in half. And make it like, almost like a paper airplane. Actually, I wouldn't go quite insane. Okay, so the pastry cream is pretty easy. I've done it, I don't know, countless times. I've been making it since like my first week in my being a pastry chef. I think the recipe originally was Wolfgang Puck's, because I trained under some chefs that trained from him. So, you know, school of hard knocks, you train, you learn a lot of different ways. So it was 2 cups of milk. Throw it in there. If you have it, you can steep, if you're going vanilla, you can steep it with a vanilla bean. Okay, I got 6 yolks. This was a standard like ratio. I use it for bread pudding, I use it for creme brulee, I use it for cakes, whips, everything. It's literally, so every 2 cups of liquid, 6 eggs, 1/3 cup of sugar, and we want to add the sugar before the milk. We're gonna whip the sugar up. Now, way back when I learned this, it was you added 2 to 3 tablespoons of flour. That works great, but if you make a mistake with the flour, you could wind up with scrambled eggs. I mean, no matter what, you mess this up and you wind up with scrambled eggs. That's a given. But so what I do is I add like a heaping teaspoon of cornstarch. It gives me the same action. It's gonna help me. Egg is a natural thickener. The cornstarch is gonna aid that and help me get to where I wanna be. And it's gonna give me a chance to be less likely that I'll scramble the eggs. I'm by myself and I need to whip that and add the water, add the milk in. So, gonna take a towel, put it in a circle there, so that holds the bowl. You'll see the bowl won't move. Without it, the bowl moves. We have scalded the milk. We just got to the right point. So slowly add it. We're tempering the egg. We're gonna cook the egg, but we wanna cook it really slowly. So after you've done that, now we're gonna go right back into here. Now, if you're worried that you're gonna scramble the eggs, you can do it over a double boiler. Pour If you don't go double boiler, you have to stir this thing constantly. And that's the way I've always done it. Now, the one thing that I don't like about electric stoves is it's hard to figure out just where you want to use it. Looking at a flame, I know exactly how big I want the flame. I want it just barely lit. Like a little bit more than the pilot light. Okay, we got a little boil going here. We want it to boil. We need it to boil for 1 minute. So I have a timer at 10, it's at 10:50. So at 9:50, I can pull it. The reason why we want to go 1 minute is the cornstarch. We don't boil it for a minute, at least a minute, with the cornstarch in there. What's gonna happen is, and you might have experienced this as I splashed on myself, you might experience this when you're eating a Boston cream pie or a profiterole or anything with pastry cream in it, that it tasted kind of chalky. And that's because it didn't get cooked fully. I just turned up the heat a little because I want to make sure that I am cooking all the cornstarch out. And go right over the top. Alright, so we have a bowl of ice. Plastic wrap over the top. But we want it right on the surface because we don't want it to form. We put film on the surface so that it doesn't make a film surface itself. If that makes any sense. Alright, so now it's for the ganache. So we got 12 ounces of chocolate. We need 12 ounces of heavy cream. Or 12 ounces of cream. That's covered up for later. Giving this enough time to cool off. Ganache is really easy. 1 to 1 in a bowl. Okay, now we're back to the ganache. This has been sitting for quite a few minutes now. Now we're just gonna stir it up. So we're using the plastic that we wrapped it up in to help transfer to the pan, now inside out. So we're going halfway. Now, there was a reason why I wanted to make such a smaller cake, because a big cake like this, well, when if I mess it up, I will show you how to fix when you make a mac dough. This is the top. I cut off and you can see where it was broken. On the bottom it's fine. My bottom here, and we're gonna grab the filling. So here's the pastry cream that I made earlier. We still have it on the bowl of ice that we put it on back then. Take that back, and yeah, we lost a little bit. We lost a little, but not much. And we don't have a film. We're gonna let's line this up. So we have like a little indent here. So in the indent, we're gonna plastic wrap pays off at home. So basically just made a holder for it. Alright, we just dropped part of the cake. As you can see, the remnants here on the counter. So, you know, made a lot of these videos, haven't had any major mistakes, but this one a little bit. Like, if this was for somebody that wasn't my son, we'd be starting over. But since it's for family always understands. So it's a little it's a little sketchy on top, but I ain't gonna lie, you can be like, ah, it came out perfect, everything. No, it's got our ganache. This is what happens when you drop your cake, you know. Little pieces of Hershey chocolate. Last piece. Marshmallow. So it was ugly. I was very embarrassed about what happened, but this is you fight back. You just keep plugging along. Okay, so we're back. Toasting the marshmallow. This is our after I dropped it, you know, I had to make do. So this is post Chef Chris dropped his cake on the counter while he was making it. And so this is the end product. A triple chocolate s'mores cake. And the main reason is we did the s'mores as the topping, as it covered up and made it look beautiful, when in all actuality it looked pretty bad. bad after I dropped it. Thank you and have a wonderful day.